And we're live. What's going on, everybody? It's a bit of a new layout here. Let me know how this all works. We'll see. I think chat should show up below me once we're all set up. What did I even name this stream? Is it clear what this stream is gonna be? Hold on. What the hell did I call this fucking thing? Oh, I just swear in the first few minutes. Dang it. YouTube's gonna have my head for that. Oh yeah, the John Black Ops thing. Okay. So, Call of Duty. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It's the sixth one. That's crazy, by the way, that like there's fucking 6 of them. I remember when the first one came out. Loved it. Now, we got Season 3 news, finally. This game has been out for like 5 months, which somehow feels too long and not long enough. But regardless, it feels like we should be way past Season 3 by now. I guess Season 1 was abnormally long. I shouldn't even say abnormally. It was too long. Although they tend to do that a lot. For some reason, the first season, which in my opinion is like the most important to do like short, they always make it like 2.5, 3 months long. Season 2, they extended by 2 weeks in order to get Verdansk in, apparently. But we are now finally on the cusp of Season 3. Today, I'm just going to talk about everything that was revealed today. All the different blog posts. I say all the different. There's really 2. If you haven't yet seen this, here's the roadmap. You can go ahead and zoom in on it if you want. I'm going to be going through the whole thing. As well as Verdansk. Verdansk also has its own roadmap. Honestly, they should do it like this at all times. I mean, this would be very sparse if we got one of, like, specifically for Warzone last season, right? They didn't, like, do anything. But I think splitting them like this is a good idea in general. What's going on, Tyler and Kermit? Yep, John Black Ops. Let's fucking go. So, should I just skip ahead to the John Black Ops thing just to, like, close that loop? I'll go over it all here in a minute. But they finally have an operator that I'm excited about. Every single time they put out one of these roadmaps, I'm always like, whatever, the operator, it's cool, whatever. This is the one and only time we got our man John Black Ops, everybody. A mysterious operator clad in a gray jumpsuit, supporting tactical goggles and helmet. Anonymous, unassuming, deadly. His literal name is John Black Ops, and I love that. And, from what I understand, he is free. He's part of the event. We'll also get to that in a minute, probably. Where the hell even am I? There's a point where they talk about the events. Oh, I think I missed it. Oh, no. Where is it? Oh, yeah, there it is. There's an event. Let's see, when is it? April 17th to May 1st. So, we're still a ways out, 2 weeks or so. But, we will get it. It'll be for free. We gotta spend no money. And Black Ops is actually so funny to me. It's great. I love it because it's like... I like when games can take themselves not so seriously. There comes a point where like it gets too much, right? Like I still think like Jay and Silent Bob, like these crazy fucking skins and shit, that's a little bit too much. But like I feel like when you stay within the realm of like what the game is and just kind of poke some fun, I don't know, that's fun. It's a vibes thing. I don't know that I can like, you know, put it in into words. Hey, what's going on, Keegan? I'm doing pretty well. How have you been? What's going on, Matsuki? Welcome, welcome. Who is Jay and Silent Bob? Oh no! Am I old? Jay and Silent Bob is like not quite Cheech and Chong level. I feel like Cheech and Chong is like before fucking my time. Jay and Silent Bob, they're like stoners from, I guess, the 90s. So I guess it kind of makes sense. They were in Mallrats If anyone knows who the fucking Mallrats. And then they had their own movie, some other shit. I don't know. This is Kevin Smith though. If you don't, I don't actually know who the fuck Jay is. I don't know that actor. I have no idea who they are either. They're just stoner people. That's all you need to know, really. Oh no, what is their fucking song? I probably shouldn't say it on YouTube, whatever the song is, but like there's one like iconic like thing they have. Hold on, they might even quote it here. Blunt Man and Chronic. That's their thing, I guess. I don't know. It is weird. So, by the way, this year, Easter is on 420. Are there any Easter skins now that I'm thinking about it? Don't we usually have some like bunnies or some shit? I am kind of glad that we pivoted away from like bunny suits, I guess, to just like these are real people, I guess. It's just a little weird to me that like we're not celebrating the actual holiday. We're only celebrating the weed holiday. Is that weird? I don't know. You're a weed man. This is my first time tuning into one of your lives. How's it going? I'm doing pretty all right. Welcome to the stream. This person is lit. I agree. A giant bunny skin again. It would just go in the pile, really. I mean, hold on. I did just want to see for okay, yeah. Surprisingly, though, I'll get into this in a minute, but it does kind of feel like this season is less crazy with the skins, at least that we've seen. So, over on the Warzone end of things, let me zoom in to get it. Yeah, there we go. On the Warzone side of things, you know, I think most of these are new skins. They're all like pretty milsimmy. Now there is some weird fucky stuff going on with the Warzone skins. There's some operators that are only in Warzone, but like this is a brand new Hudson skin. It's milsimmy. All of these guys, I mean that right there, that's John Black Ops. These I believe are new skins. I don't know about that one. That one looks brand new. Some more, you know, classic 2019 stuff. I don't actually recognize that one. I assume that's like a black cell. Obviously, we have to wait and see what the... Usually, like, a day or two before, they'll, like, put out a battle pass, like, sampler, like a blog post. We'll probably see then, as far as, like, how the skins are. But for right now, it seems very milsimmy, which is nice. Less crazy skins to get the Warzone players back. Yeah, man, this season, at least on the Warzone end, has been like it's clear that they have the goal of just get the 2019 crew back. Not crew, 2019 community back. Because literally everything on this roadmap is just like, hey, we're returning this to how it was 5 years ago. We're returning this to how it was 5 years ago. You know what? Let's just go through Warzone first. Obviously, Verdansk is back. Verdansk, it looks incredible. I'm not a big Warzone guy. I stopped playing Warzone, honestly, about when Verdansk went away. I kind of just like fell off in Verdansk 84. Had nothing to do with the map change or like anything. I just kind of got tired of BR. So to me, Warzone is only Verdansk. And so to me, like, I didn't think I was going to be as excited as I am for Verdansk to come back. Now, I'm probably going to play for like 3 weeks and then jump off and never go back to it again because it's not my bag anymore. Unless they add some like really cool new game modes. But I got to say, I am hyped to go back. And it looks incredible. I'm getting like the same feeling as when like they first revealed like Zombies Chronicles back in the day, or even more recently the MW2 remastered maps, where it's just like this, like, oh shit, like I know COD and most of gaming in general right now is built on like this nostalgia bait, but like it particularly is working here for me. And it's not just the new map or old map, but they are also here. Let's see. Because obviously it looks good. You know, these screenshots aren't going to do justice through my stream. If you're really interested, I think they even put up a video going through a bunch of, POIs. What's interesting is the oh shoot, I it might say it somewhere in here. The stadium isn't blown open yet. I thought I read somewhere that the interior is still there, but you can't enter through the roof, which is interesting. And the other thing was the train station, which also in the original opened at the same time. So it seems like this is like original Verdansk, and it's most likely going to like evolve, probably like season 5, it's going to blow open. Season 6, some other shit's going to happen. It kind of seems like they're kind of drip feeding some of that stuff back out, which, I don't know. Might be good, might be bad. Verdansk is back. So Omni movement adjustments. This was the biggest thing that I saw Warzone particular people excited about, was that they are disconnecting Warzone and BO6 in terms of movement. It seems like they are going to be fine-tuning Warzone's movement to whatever they want and kind of not having to be tethered to BO6, which is good. I think, in general, the more distance we can get between Warzone and the main game, the better. Like let those two things coexist. I'd be interested to see how it works, though, because I don't want them to overdo it, and I don't think they're going to overdo it, making it too slow. Honestly, a lot of people have said it, but MW3 last year, it seemed like a lot of people really liked that movement. So, honestly, I wouldn't even be opposed to them just killing Omni movement in general and be like, we're going back to MW3. I'm actually feeling pretty good about the new Zombies map. I am too. I think in general, Zombies in this game has been pretty solid. There's some stuff like nitpicky that I would want to see, and I'm thinking and hoping, I'm hoping and praying that next year they continue to move in a certain direction that is more in line to what I like out of Zombies maps. I'll talk about it, though, in a minute when we get to actual zombie stuff. It's basically Fortnite OG. I think so. I don't play Fortnite, but that's my understanding. They want to bring us 2019 fans, bring back 2019 on next gen. They just remaster it. Fuck it, it's been 6 years. With all the returning features coming back to the game, can they return my money I spent on the past 5 games? I don't think I said it publicly, but you know what would have made this announcement so much better? What if, imagine for a minute, they announced, Verdansk is coming back, all this cool shit on the roadmap. You got floating loot again, 150 players, rebalancing the vehicles to be closer. Omni movement's not gone, but tamped down. The one thing that's left to just make this the original Warzone again is skins. Imagine if they were like, oh, by the way, also, we combed through like the 500 skins, or probably more than that, maybe 1,000 skins, which is a lot of skins, but it's like a very, like, it's a finite number. If they went through like the 1,000 skins that were in Warzone 1 and ported them over and just gave them to you if you already bought it, that would have fucking sold. That would have been the biggest, like, I think, piece of not fanfare, but like, if they did that, I don't think anyone. It would be like the biggest net positive, I think, to this entire like debacle. If they like, at that point again, it is just finally we're back to regular ass Warzone. It took 3 years, but finally we're back. We got all the purchases back. It's great. Problem is that legally for bundles, they have to give you all of it. I don't know that that's true. So they'd have to bring back old weapons along with old stickers, the old calling cards, etc. I don't know about that because all of those bundles they purchased and are still available in their respective games. This would just be like a bonus honoring of that agreement, if that makes any sense. I definitely don't think that they would or should bring all the weapons and stuff in. But I think in terms of like just taking the skins, and maybe there probably would be some legal issues with like the crossover skins, right? Like fucking like who the hell the Jigsaw, right? And Scream and all of that might not be able to be transferred, but like a lot of like the fucking like the Mason skins and shit, I think that could be reasonably brought in. Let's see. John Black Ops versus John Fallout. Who wins? My money's on John Fallout. John Black Ops all the way, baby. Milsim is back. No more cringe. Well, I wouldn't say no more cringe. Let's just go through a little bit of what's in the new Warzone now. We talked about Omni movements kind of being like scaled back. What else we got? Shooting during free fall. I didn't realize that they didn't bring this back yet. Personally, it's also something that I fucking hate. I don't want the shooting during infill. I think it's kind of bullshit, but whatever. The community likes it. I'm not like a core part of that community, so whatever. The original announcer. Oh, I didn't even realize the original announcer was coming back. All right, so 150 players. Again, I don't play Warzone most of the time. Are we not at 150 players? Am I insane? How many players are in like Urzikstan right now? Is it 125? It can't be 100, right? John Halo clears both. I think so. The original announcer is also back. Didn't know that was a thing, but that's cool. Also it does confirm that it's not Captain Price, sometimes known as UK team leader with a similar accent to Captain Price. Matsuki with the 21 months. Thank you so much. Not shooting free fall. Yeah, I kind of don't like it either. It's not like game breaking. It's not something that like it's a negative, but it's like a 2% or a 0.2%, you know? Shooting during free fall, I said new cinematics or old cinematics, I guess. They went to 100 really for Urzikstan? That's crazy. Also some like I think these are mostly like quality of life improvements. I'm going to be honest again. Did we not have multiple colors of crates before? What is this? Original supply drops colors. Once you're on the ground, it's time to loot. Likely to hear the original hum of supply drops before you see one. Did they not even have the hum in Urzikstan? Am I insane? The gray ones are regular crates, more legendary orange. Yeah, is this not how it works right now? Urzikstan started with 100, went 120, and then went to 150. Oh, okay. So Urzikstan right now is 150, but it took a year and a half to get there. Is what I'm gathering. Also confirmed it's only with pistols. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Floating loot is back. I know a lot of people have been asking for this for a long ass time. I don't know how it's taken this long. It has to just be like a technical reason. But it's back. Original armor satchel, first added in 2019, is also back, enabling 8 armor plates to be carried instead of the normal 5 without the satchel. Okay, good to know. Current loot pool. Expect the type of loot you find on the ground from fallen enemies and in crates to be based on the selection of ornaments you can choose from currently in Warzone. Oh, this is just telling you you can loot stuff. Cool. There also seems to be, I think they go into a little bit more later, but they made the UI a lot better as well. Current loadouts and perks. Okay, yeah. Why is half of this made for like actual fans who like know what they're doing, but then like half of this they'll just like start explaining how to build a loadout. It's like Iron Man, I know that. High value loot zones. They're introduced during MW3. Recognizable points of interest across the map may be identified as high value loot zones. Get there before the enemy and you'll be rewarded with higher tier loot than normal. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing either, but that sounds cool. Buy stations, the original buy stations are back. Here's the bit of that UI that I was talking about before. They made it a lot. They made it vertical again, and it's much easier to actually read. Let's see, equipment. They're just saying equipment and shit's here. I think at this point they're just kind of explaining what Warzone is for people who don't know. Let's see. The original bounty most wanted scavenger contracts are back. Let's see. In-match public events. Original fires. Again, I don't know how much of this has been in the game or not. So I'm just gonna like mostly skim over, I think, the rest of the Warzone stuff here, because so much of it is just me reading. If you're interested, go over to the Call of Duty blog. The original fire sale, jailbreak, loadout drop, restock. I thought all those were in the game already. I don't know. We're going back to the original Gulag, which is fun. I kind of wish that they would bring Gulag into gunfight over in BO6. I know obviously it used to be a Modern Warfare thing. It might be fun because it's made, it's modeled. Just drop it in. Vehicles. I think it's mostly the same stuff, just like a slight thing. They're tuning the circle collapse. Original moving train. There we go. All right, this was the stuff okay. Original train station interior access. First unlocked during the interior of the covered. Okay, so the train station is open. Yeah. Train station's open. The train itself. Oh no, this all says mid-season. So at some point, the train station will open. The train will start moving. And also, new areas both on the surface and within subterranean blank across Verdansk are being actively monitored for signs of blank. Additionally, partially redacted reports of blank that haven't been blanked are also tracking. Is this bunker access, maybe? Those bunkers around? I don't know. Also, important caveat, since there are no redeploy balloons, you really only have the chance to shoot people out of the sky during upon dropping. That's a fair caveat. If the new Battlefield game is good, it won't be. But hypothetically, will you jump ship? I'm not going to jump ship. I'm definitely going to play it if it's good. I doubt I'm going to be grinding it like a live service game or anything. Because I only have room in my life for one live service game, and I have a YouTube channel around Call of Duties, so I'm forever beholden to theirs. They're shutting down Warzone for a day, basically to restart the engine. Current one, IW9X, OG Warzone. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I might have skipped over the part before, but yeah, on the 2nd, which is the day that Season 3 starts officially, they're actually shutting down Warzone. You won't be able to play Warzone on the 2nd. It won't be back until the 3rd. And when it's back, it'll have all this stuff. Oh yeah, here's all the quality of life stuff, by the way. You got attachments when you inspect. I think this is something that's coming over to BO6 as well. This is something that also people have latched onto. Detailed death recaps. So now, in addition to just, it during the kill cam seeing who, shot you, who inflicted damage to you, you can also see what your visibility was like. So on here, you're being affected by an unsuppressed weapon, you're also live pinged, and you're being hit by the recon drone, stuff like that, so that hopefully people understand what's going on and they don't just think hacker because your guy might have known where you were. Turns out, nope, it's just you fired a gun. I like that. I think it's a nice addition, for sure. A lot of this stuff, though, I say is good and is great. With the exception of, this, I think everything else that I've talked about, has been in the game before. Was in the game 5 years ago. It's such a weird fucking thing that we spent the last 5 years getting further away from this just to rubber band right back. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be rubber banding back, because this was clearly what people liked. But like we wasted 5 entire years. That's like a third of the lifetime of your like normal target audience here. You're targeting 16-year-olds. like people in high school play this game, and it's been 5 years since it's been like this. Like those people have graduated, they're in college. Like I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be bringing people back because like it's a completely different like generation I think now coming in. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think it was as detailed though. No, I'm honestly surprised they haven't added sprinting herd to it. Oh, maybe I don't know that they. Let's see. Oh no, it sounds like it's only these 3 things. Affected by UAV, live ping. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it would be nice if they put in a little like sound thing. But yeah, no, they definitely didn't have this affected by before. That's what's been that's what's new. Although aside from that, a lot of what is in here is like stuff that we had 5 years ago. Secrets of Verdansk. There's some Easter eggs, I guess. Okay. And then we get into game modes, BR, obviously. This new thing called Battle Royale Casual, which I thought was going to be like no loadouts or something. It sounds like it's just regular BR, but with some bots. You have 27 other players, and everyone else on the team or on the field are bots. It sounds like your stats don't count. I don't know if you earn XP or not. It's kind of hard to say. It sounds like if you do, you might earn like half XP or something. It's something else. It's not a game mode that appeals to me. I wish it was something else. I wish it was fucking anything else, but it's something. Plunder's back. Again, I don't even know if Plunder is currently in the game or not on Urzikstan, but glad it's back, I guess. Resurgence is back on Rebirth Island, of course. BR ranked play on Verdansk is coming mid-season. And there's going to be the 420 event is going to bring in a new LTM. Sounds cool. All stuff that we've had before, though. There's going to be a new event as well. This event seems to be... I'll go back into the skins in a minute. It sounds like to do this event, you need to go to each corner of the map and open safes in order to unlock all this stuff. On the way, the stuff you unlock, it looks like Domino, that the operator from 2019 is back. You also got the Cali sticks for finishing it. And at some point, it's not actually on here. Hold on. How do you unlock this one? How do you unlock Milsim? Instant rewards for all players. Okay, so you get the kilo and these 2 for everyone. But what's weird is it seems like these skins are only available in Warzone. They actually don't come over to BO6 from what I saw. Let's see. Firstly, let's talk about 6 rewards. Yeah. Operator Domino, available in Call of Duty Warzone only. Milsim Yusuf, Warzone only. Very strange. I don't know why they wouldn't transfer over. Is that a technical reason? It's a little weird. Re-earning loot we already owned for buying 2019 is crazy work. To be fair, these all are instant unlocked. So they just show up. Yeah, auto unlock. Hey. How do you feel about Domino and Milsim being Warzone only, but Mace being allowed in BO6? Yeah, that's the other fucking thing. Yeah, why is Mace in both? I'm so confused. I'm fairly certain it's because of the engine issues. But why for these 2 specific skins, though? Like I understand if they're on 2 separate engines, but clearly the the skins transfer, or there is a procedure, there is a pipeline to transfer the skins. Because if you buy any other fucking skin, right? If you buy fucking, if you win ranked play and get this guy, it transfers. So why specifically these skins? That makes me believe that it's not a technical issue, because like, why would they just make these two on a different rig that can't be transferred? I don't know. Is it to get you? Is it like, what problem are they solving by making these only Warzone? And like, are we going to see more of those in the future? I don't know what that means. Where's the different engine info come from, and why would it matter? 2019 and Cold War were separate, but they had all items in both. That's a good point. Yeah, so for what's worth, I haven't heard specifically that they are changing the engine. I think a lot of the time when like people throw out the term engine, it means different things for different people, in the know and not in the know, and it gets muddy. From what I understand, this has all been the same engine since Warzone 2.0. They have just refined it, and what they're currently doing is just forking it. They have just a new branch of the same engine. So everything is built exactly the same. It's just now they're on this branch. BO6 is on a different branch, instead of one unified, if that makes any sense. So that they can adjust things on one side without fucking with anything on the other. Problem is, if you add something now to this side, it doesn't also get added to here, right? That's my understanding, but I don't know. Different engine issue comes from old leaks that ended up coming true. In the source code, it's referred to as IX10X. I don't know enough about file structure and stuff there to say anything with certainty. Also, there were issues with Cold War in 2019. But you get what we're saying, though, is like, why, if every other thing is transferring, why would these two have a technical issue? And if they did have a technical issue, why would they not rebuild them? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? Our firing range has also come back to it as a BO6 map. Tell me this isn't true. What the hell you got against firing range, dude? All right, let's talk about BO6 here. The rest of this is all just stuff that gets covered later anyway. We're talking BO6. Where are we? We're talking BO6 now. The side that I actually give a shit about, and I actually like, and I actually have opinions on. So let's just fucking get into it. Let's just jump into it. Overview of what we're getting. On launch day, which is the 2nd, we're getting one brand new 6v6 map. It is called Barrage. It takes place in Vietnam. We're also getting the remastered map, Firing Range. I really like. I have a pin in that, though. We'll talk about it when we get into it. I have a little bit of a gripe with it, and I think some other people pointed out too. We're also getting Nomad, which is a strike map. Takes place in Afghanistan, I believe. Mid-season wise, reloaded season, we're getting another 6v6 map called Haven. I don't actually know where that one takes place. And we're also getting a strike map called Signal, which takes place down in the depths where the numbers station, or where the numbers were broadcast back at the end of BO1. Very cool, very iconic location in my head. Excited to see it. There's also going to be a Nuketown variant coming with the Get High event. Not Get High, the 420 event called Blazetown. Modes wise, we've got two returning modes. We've got Sharpshooter and Demolition. If you don't know, Sharpshooter, it's a party mode. Every 45 seconds, everyone in the lobby gets a random gun, and you get kills. It's free for all. Demolition, it's like Search and Destroy, but with respawns. Very fun. Also, some stuff with the 420 event. We're getting some mode variants. Cool. Some other stuff. We're getting the Death Machine back. That's the Gatling gun. 2 new perks. We'll get to those in a minute. Weapons-wise, we're getting a whole bunch of returning guns from 2019, including the AMAX, we got the HDR, the Kilo, the Kali sticks, which we talked about before, the Ladra, which I believe is actually the Spectre from BO1, and the nail gun is coming back. Talk again about that in a little bit. There's also going to be a conversion kit that turns the SWAT into the Growl. I think that's fun. Monolith suppressor, a bunch of other stuff. Zombies-wise, we got a brand new map called Shattered Veil. Takes place in a mansion. We'll talk about that in a minute. Returning perk, double tap. Returning wonder weapons. We got the Wonderwaff DG2 and the Ray Gun Mark II, along with 3 variants of the Mark II, which is nice. Frost Blast comes in mid-season, and some new LTM comes mid-season. What's interesting is they didn't actually put... there's a new version of Cranked also this season, but it's not on here, actually. That's strange. And anyway, unless that's what Zombie Snacks is? I don't know. Anyway, that's your overview. Operators, you got Hudson Mace, and a new version of Rose. Yeah. I just got back from finishing Alan Wake 2 after going through a hellish 5-hour play session. It's great. Not sure if I consider it Game of the Year material, but it's there. I got to get back to Alan Wake 2. I finally finished Spider-Man 2. I've been trying to work through my back catalog. I still got to finish Cyberpunk. I'm on the very last goddamn I'm past the point of no return. I just haven't had time to actually finish the fucking game. Is that Cosmic Vibes Celsius? It is. I had to check the flavor, but yeah. Yeah, Celsius is my current energy drink of choice. Until one of them starts paying me, because I feel like usually that's the arc for YouTubers. What's going on, Deadly? So the Ray Gun Mark II is going to be available on other maps like BO4 after it got added. I don't know, actually. Let's see when we get to it. So talking about multiplayer maps, first we got Barrage. Looks great, fantastic. It looks like it's pulled out of the Cold War mission where you're in Vietnam. Love it. Seems to be a decently sized map. I'm not gonna break it down or anything. I'm not seeing any craziness. It looks like it'll be a pretty standard map. Love me some Vietnam stuff. Then we got Nomad. This is the strike map in Afghanistan. It looks a little bit larger than most strike maps. It can be deceiving though, because who the hell knows with scale? To be honest, it just kind of visually it looks like another Babylon. We'll have to see how it actually plays. I wonder if you can get up in this tower, if that's a Rust-like power position. I don't know. We'll have to see. That one's coming at launch as well. And then we have Firing Range. Now, I'll preface this by saying Firing Range is one of my favorite maps of all time. And so because of that, I'm going to, really care about it, if that makes any sense. From what I can tell, the layout, at least from memory, I haven't, gone back and forth, the layout seems to be exactly the same. No changes. However, this doesn't look like Firing Range. It's weirdly sterile somehow. It could be there's no targets anywhere, which is the main, I don't know, point of it. This might be a target here and we're just looking at it weirdly, but hold on. BO1 Firing Range. Just to compare and contrast a little bit here. Look at this. Come on now. Hold on, let me find the BO4 one. Yeah, it's rustic, it's worn down. You got actual targets, and then you cut back to this, and it's kind of I don't know, it just feels empty, it feels off. I'm also now noticing in the original, I don't think this would block explosives or anything, right? Or like airborne shit, right? Like up in the tower, I think you were still exposed. I might be wrong about that. But here it looks like it's a full solid roof now. It's interesting. It also might be taller. Everything about the scale is always off in these games. What's going on, Muffin? Is it from Old Wounds from BO2? What are we talking about here? This? Nomad? Wait, Old Wounds BO2. Oh, yeah. I don't think so. Because I think... wait, where do we go? Oh, I've got it twice. Because I think this takes place in 91. Well, this one I think is like back in the 70s, like it's a flashback or something. I think this one's supposed to be like present day. It looks a lot more green. Maybe. I mean, who the hell knows? French firing range is funny. Yeah, I think it is in Avalon, right? All right, so that's the launch maps. Then we got Haven, which is a 6v6 map. Yeah, this one's coming out mid-season. It looks pretty standard. A lot of people are claiming, it's rumored, that this is an MW3 map that they just pushed back to this game. You know, it's been rumored for a while that a lot of the DLC this year was made for MW3 and that they just kind of like kicked it. Kicked it to this game. And people are saying that this is probably one of them because the TAC map is stylized like MW3, which makes sense. I don't know why they would... I don't know why... Like that feels like an oversight. You know what I mean? Like, because this is not like the second or third time that this has happened. You would think that they would make sure absolutely to not put this in the marketing material. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if heads are rolling over at Activision, because, like, they shouldn't be, like, so fucking obvious about it, man. Where's your ear so red? You good? Why is my ear so red? I will say this camera, it's been pissing me off. I got a new Elgato webcam, in a 4K one. It makes my face and my lips so fucking red. It pisses me off, and I guess also my ear to some extent. I swear I'm not this red in real life. I'm actually really tan and handsome and buff. You just can't tell because the camera's shit. That's all. Yeah, the minimap style is so different. Yeah, it's weird. I think it's the only one, right? Well, but hold on. Because that is different than this. Like, they're all different fucking minimap styles. Right? This one has the orange around it. I guess this also has orange. It's just, it has like a different opacity on the grid. It's very weird how they do this. I also, and I admit, like, this probably isn't a problem for anyone else but me or someone in my position. I'm so tired of them putting in, like, 4 pictures, but they're all just one big picture. I want to be able to click on them and expand or something, you know? I want these all to be high res, not like a tiny little thing. Anyway. Finally, the last map here, I think, is Signal. This is the one I was saying. It takes place on the bottom of the numbers station. Really cool idea. Really cool concept. I wonder if you can go in the pool and just, like, swim around, go anywhere. It's interesting. We'll have to see. The opacity is probably just different artists working on it, but the Haven 1 matches MW3 style perfectly. Yeah, I don't know what the workflow is to make one of these, right? Because obviously they show up in game. So you would think that, like, this exists in game somewhere. Excuse me. You'd think that this exists in the game somewhere. They could take a fucking screenshot. You know what I mean? Like when you pause the game, this comes up. I don't know. All these maps are recycled, or they're new ones. Yeah, so this is the only one confirmed to be recycled. Not recycled, but it's a remake, right, of Firing Range. And the rest are 100% new as far as we know. This one, Haven, is just the only one that it's a little like, what the fuck's going on? I'm not gonna say yes or no. I'm not in. I'm not on their payroll. I'm not in those meetings. But people are saying that they're eating the dogs. I'll leave it there. Where the fuck are we? Blaze Town at midseason. There's no picture of it, but it's gonna be Nuketown looking weird. Finally, we get into the multiplayer modes. This is the part that I'm excited about. I love me some good multiplayer modes. I will say, please keep these modes in the game after 1 week. Just leave them in the game. I'm tired of like really loving Ransack or whatever new game mode they add, and then they just fucking get rid of it. I want Sharpshooter at all times. I want Demolition at all times. Put them in quick play. Put them in a fucking playlist somewhere, man. I don't know. But anyway, Sharpshooter is coming at launch. If you don't know Sharpshooter, I mentioned it just before. It's a party mode. Every 45 seconds, the entire lobby gets the same random weapon. And first to, I guess, 30 kills or 25 kills wins. It's a free-for-all. It seems like this time they really love these score streak things. They keep doing this with like almost every new mode that they put out. This time there are actual kill streaks if you go on streaks. Sounds like on the first one you get increased movement speed, then reload, then sprint recovery speed, then ADS, and then you earn double score for eliminating enemies on the 5th. That seems OP as hell. Because once you get 5, then your 6th would count as 6 and 7, and then 8, 9. You just churn through them. That's crazy. Let's see. It's just saying that those bonuses go away. Okay. Maybe Haven has something to do with Menendez. Maybe, but in the opening cutscene, Hudson specifically says that this all has nothing to do with Menendez. So I don't think we're getting any new Menendez content until next year, until BO7, possibly. I just missed. No one makes me think of that desert map from Vanguard. Yeah, a little bit. Definitely a lot smaller. But I definitely agree. I forget, was it called like Oasis or something like that, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember those map names to save my life. Also, Demolition is coming. Launch window. That probably means the second week. Kind of a bummer that they're drip feeding it. We'll have to see. Exactly when. Again, it is it's search and destroy, but with respawns, and I think everyone has a bomb too. This one was big back in MW2. I guess it was also in BO1, although I can't really. I don't remember playing it a ton in BO1. To me, it's specifically an MW2 mode known for its spawn traps. I think actually I mentioned it in the video this past last week's video. I mentioned like Demolition was nothing but fucking spawn traps. It was all about like just keeping them in their spawn and going to town. We'll see if it's kind of similar, or if like because we have a completely different spawn system now. We'll see how it works. Actually, I think it was in the game last year, right? Demolition eventually came to MW3. I cannot remember how it played there. I hope we get like CTF or something next season. We'll see though. I really don't get why they remove modes. Some of them are fun, like Cranked or Jingled Hells. Yeah, I mean, especially in zombies. Like, I get it maybe in multiplayer where, like, you can't keep so many playlists populated. But in zombies, it's all private matches. Like, you can turn off matchmaking and just be like, hey, you can play these, but only by yourself or with your party. Why don't they do that? Cranked is really fun. I'd love to just play Cranked whenever the fuck, you know? BO2 Demolition was great. Watch your tone. Oh, okay. I don't remember it in BO2 either, to be honest. We want War Mode. War Mode would be great. I don't know, man. I want Ground War back. I want something that plays a little bit slower and feels a little bit more like, I don't know. One thing that I loved about War and Ground War was they both had like the opportunity to make like stories, if that makes any sense. Like in Ground War, you could drop on one side of the map and have a completely different like experience than on the other side. And you could just like drop here and snipe, and you can run in here with a shotgun, and like there was like all kinds of different shit to do. And while you might not like get the same amount of XP every fucking time, it really felt like there was a big variety of like shit to do, shenanigans to get into. I don't know, that like you just don't have in regular multiplayer. Even Cold War allowed you to play the zombies game modes in private matches like Crank 2.0, Onslaught. Yeah, a lot of them you can play right now. They're just sitting there. It's really weird, specifically in zombies, to do that. But also in multiplayer. Like, why is Ransack not in the game anymore? It's so weird. Even in MP, it's weird. Oh yeah, I 1,000% I agree. I think it's just weirder in zombies. At least for these game modes, right? Like, I understand LTMs. Oh, LTMs, I guess, are later. But like I understand in multiplayer the ones labeled LTMs that it's just like this game mode, but wacky variant. Like, I get removing those. But like fucking Demolition, you infected or whatever. I don't know. I will say though. Let me So one thing that is not in the blog, as far as I could tell. Let's see. One thing that I could not find in the blog, but they talked about. Wait, what? Did they remove it? Maybe Treyarch tweeted it? Hold on. They talked about a party games menu. Yeah, right here. Okay, it was Treyarch. They said new Season 3 quality of life features. Camo Hub, we'll talk about that in a minute. Blueprint and build skins, talk about that in a minute. Party games menu. So I think that means there's going to be a new quick play? There's going to be a new permanent playlist. That's all the party modes, I guess. All the party modes. It's really just gun game, infected, and now sharpshooter, though, right? Like, unless they bring in any other LTMs, or if there's like another one they brought in that I forgot about. Oh, I guess prop hunt, right? Yeah, I don't know. Do you hear about the deleted Verdansk trailer? Weird. Yeah. They deleted it and re-uploaded it, but they like pulled a section out of it where they talked about changing cover placements. And I don't know if they've addressed it or not. I'm out of the loop on it, but I don't know if that means that they didn't actually change those cover placements. Like, maybe this was an old trailer and like they since went back on the decision, or if like they just don't want to tell us about it. I don't know. It's very weird. This party games menu was in Cold War and it had gun game, prop hunt, infected, and double agent. Seems like they're doing the same thing with BO6. I guess so. I just, the idea menu is weird. I like phrasing it that way, because like I would have thought that they would just add a party games playlist, like a mosh pit, or a new quick play filter, in the same way they have like core and hardcore. They would just have party. But I don't know if menu to me like insinuates it would be like next to ranked play, you know, like multiplayer zombies, ranked play, party or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see. What's the camo hub? Glad you asked. We actually aren't there yet. It's TLDR. It's like what we had last year, where it just tells you. It's just one page that tells you your camo progress on everything. We'll get to it in a minute, though. I do want to go through perks quick, though, because I think both are kind of cool. New perk coming as part of the event. I can talk for a million fucking years on how stupid it is to put perks in these fucking event rewards. Just like give them to us. Do I don't know. There has to be a better system. Anyway. The first one is called Close Shave. Automatically uses your dedicated melee to attack when you perform a weapon butt attack. Simply tap the melee button to attack, like the olden days. So it just makes it like MW2 again. You stab, right, instead of butting. Second one is Vendetta. On respawn, mark your killer's last known position for a short duration. Get a bonus score for eliminating that enemy. Vigilance perks counters being marked by Vendetta. Also interesting, kind of like the death streak. Not copycat. What the fuck was that death streak back in the original MW3? I can't think of it right now, but it was a similar thing where, like, I don't know if it would actually live ping them or what, but it would ping them, or it would mark them. Hey, what's going on, lad? You missed Verdanska's back. Crazy. Also, firing range looks weird. Just keep a list cluttered with the other tabs and let people pick specific game modes. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know how their matchmaking works if they're able to just, like, let people queue up for each one. Because in my head, that's been the problem this whole time, has been, like, their matchmaking just can't handle there being, like, 30 fucking buckets, if that makes any sense, to like, click into. And that's why everything's, like, quick play based now. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, Revenge. Yeah. I think it was called Revenge. It sounds right. Also, Death Machine is coming as a score streak. It's 825 points. I'm actually checking real quick. What is the hand cannon? Is it because the hand cannon's not? Oh, it's actually less than the hand cannon. Hand cannon's 900. Excited about that. I actually wonder, is this going to come to zombies? Are we going to get this shit in zombies? Oh, probably, actually. It'll probably just be a buyable thing, though. Not like the old school power-up, though. Then we get into ranked play. I'm skipping through all this. It's usually the same shit. I'm not a ranked play guy. It's whatever. We got some zombies news. Who here is hyped for zombies? The map looks great. We'll have to see how it plays and everything. According to the Call of Duty podcast, it's about the same size as Citadel, right? So we're finally getting off of these, like, teeny tiny. I shouldn't say teeny tiny maps. Like Liberty Falls and the Tomb was. This is like another, like, main experience. It seems to be the mansion that we saw Richthofen at last. I'm not a lore guy. I'm not going to fully get into the lore. I'm also not a major, like, zombies guy, so almost similarly to Warzone, some of this stuff I'll kind of be like, I won't know, like, fully how big or small some of this shit is. I do play zombies quite a bit, though, so I know obviously what's new here. We got a new enemy, the Elder Disciple. I think I'm pretty sure it's just a disciple, but reskinned. Trains floating apparitions. Elder Disciples gain strength as they empower the zombies around them, while summoning more of the undead to join the battle. Using their dark magic, these fetid? These feet-floating carcasses can force their allies to evolve more quickly, allowing a lowly zombie to more rapidly transform into a doppelgast or some other sinister form. Oh, so that's a new addition. Interesting. Eliminate the Elder Disciple before their force grows too powerful, keeping a distance to avoid their scream. Lets loose against the players who draw too close. The deadly enemy grows more agitated as it takes damage, so try to get the job done fast. So, a new Disciple. I like that. Citadel was kind of small too. It was long and skinny. It was a little bit, like, odd shaped, but I think it was like a standard size map, though. I do agree it was, like, weirdly skinny. Let's see. 'Cause, 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 Can I voice my hot take? I think Zombies gets too much attention nowadays. I kind of agree. I think I agree. I'll talk about it more in a bit. But I wish that we got any other co-op mode on like the non-Treyarch years. Kind of moot point right now because Treyarch is doing this and the next game, but we'll get to there. There's also Toxic Zombies. It seems like, hold on, can they throw shit like the guys on D Machine? Sickly yellow fog descends across the map. Expect the inhabitants to take on an even more revolting pallor. Easily identifiable due to their greenish hue and more skeletal exterior, Toxic Zombies appears to have lost over their base. Sorry, there's just a lot of words here. Listen for their telltale shriek. Get the jump on them before they can close the difference. These glowing ghouls are joined by a variety of Project Janus scientists, military personnel turned zombies caught in a nearby outbreak, along with the unhealthy horde of other ghastly entities. All their disciples stands, or perhaps floats, ready to speed through them. Okay. So, I guess it's a round-based thing. As a sickly yellow fog descends across the mansion. So is that like every few rounds they show up? Be interesting if so. Doppelgast are way easier to kill than amalgams. Yeah, I would take a Doppelgast over an amalgam any fucking day. Or even a Mangler. Manglers are just too fucking annoying. Or not Mangler. I'm sorry. Abomination. I fucking hate abominations, dude. New Ray Gun Mark II and their variants. So the standard ray gun is coming back, or Ray Gun Mark II is coming back, along with 3 variants. I didn't play enough Alpha Omega back in the day to tell you if these are the same 3 variants. I thought there were 4 variants actually back in the day. I might be mistaken though. The W is a smaller bullet pattern, similar to similar bullet patterns to an SMG. Has a random chance to ignite enemies. The P shoots ammunition like a shotgun, with a chance to spawn a sigil with the ability to grant invulnerability to the player standing on it for a limited time. That's cool. That's a nice spin. And then the R, which is similar to a marksman rifle. Expect a chance to spread a plague infection that can inflict area of effect damage. That's also interesting. Okay. There's also the DG2. Love that. Love to see that one coming back. Classic. Now, I'm not sure. I doubt that. I don't think it says. Can be pack punch, but doubles as a bludgeoning instrument if you're running low on ammo. That's interesting. I don't think it says if the Mark II is coming to the other maps or not. I wouldn't assume so. But it might be cool if it did. like Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead back in the day. Imagine it's like the bug rounds with max ammos at the end. I hope so. One of my biggest complaints about zombies this year is that the maps don't feel unique enough. Like, it feels like every map has the same bug rounds. I'm trying to think right now. I think they all do, right? Does the Tomb have a bug round? All the mechanics are mostly the same on each of them, with some small changes here and there. What I really want to see is different bug rounds, right? Similar to go back to BO1. You had Kino had dog rounds. You had 5 had the Pentagon Thief. You had Ascension with the perk stealing monkeys. Then you had Call of the Dead, which didn't even have one, but it had George as kind of that counterpart, right? He would show up every few rounds, once you killed him. Shangri-La had the Shrieker and the Napalm, right? And then Moon had the Excavators, maybe took that spot. Not quite exactly, but every kind of map had a different boss zombie round based thing, Whereas this game, I don't think has that. You know what I mean? I think it'd be cool. I I don't know, it'd be a good way of like differentiating all the maps. I also want to see different exfils. I'm really getting tired of a fucking helicopter coming in and picking us up. I would love to see one where it's like we're gassing up a truck, or we're like, defending someone as they're trying to like bust open a door or something. Anything to like just change how we leave the fucking match. I don't know. I think that could also go a long way. Yeah, we leave through a portal. I think that'd be great. Very thematic too. They need to focus more on quality than quantity of maps. Yes and no. Like I think you mentioned it earlier. I think Zombies gets the attention in the wrong areas. More focus should be on story and lore. I think the focus should be on making each map unique in some way. A cutscene. There's a leak. I'm not going to pull it up because I don't even know where it is right now. I don't want to spend 20 minutes trying to find it. But there was a leak that claimed that BO7, it was talking about a specific number of maps in next year's COD. Just calling it BO7 for now. Donuts is here actually. What's going on, Donuts? You might have more information on this. Or you like correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to try not to like actually say any details, but in that leak, they mentioned like a couple of concepts of maps that I don't think they confirmed are going to be maps or not, just kind of somewhere, right? And when they talked about these concepts, they mentioned one that took place like in a volcano and shit, and like all this like. What I want from Zombies is for them to just be like, fuck it. Here's some crazy shit. Put one in a volcano. Put one on the fucking ISS. Put one underground in Siberia. Don't, like, maybe try to connect it with lore and shit later, but, like, focus on just, like, making crazy locations and then figuring out cool, like, gameplay mechanics to, like, go into it. Similar to how they did in, like, World at War, BO1, where it's, like, when they had the idea for Moon, I think they were just like, wouldn't it be fucking cool if we went to the moon? I don't think that they were like, the story really needs us to go here, yada yada. In the same way that like this story does. You know what I mean? That this story was very much not that I'm complaining about the mansion map. I think it'd be cool, right? But like, we're only going there because Richtofen's there. It seems like, like let's. Do some crazy shit, Let's go to a fucking buried Western town and a World War I battlefield and fucking Alcatraz, like all this crazy shit. That to me is what's fun about all these maps, and then making them feel unique through things like the dog rounds, quote unquote, fucking different exfils, different perks. Because that's the other thing. Perks have been kind of stagnant for a while. Like outside of Melee Macchiato, which is kind of like a bullshit nothing perk in my opinion, unless I'm like unless there's something crazy about it that I'm missing. There really hasn't been any new perks in a bit, and I feel like a part of that's because the gameplay has been so fucking stagnant that if you had like certain maps that maybe favor a certain type, like not quite play style, but like a certain mechanic or something, you could like make like, oh, you know what? If this one's really heavy into swimming, we can make a swimming based one. Or like, oh, over here, this one is there's a lot of like projectiles being thrown, but from all these enemies. So we're gonna make a perk about protecting yourself specifically from projectiles. You know what I mean? You can build different maps in different ways. Anyway, that's my soapbox. Not gonna lie, COD, basically, the Immortal from Invincible, person with forever suffering, never letting it die for once. Oh, you're just in general. I mean, look, I think in general, Call of Duty is like on the upswing. For the most, like, we've seen much, much worse than this. I'm gonna be real. Let's see. Granted, an island in the Pacific with a Kraken boss, a castle in France with a statue boss fight, underground dark ether, Ripple, and time are pretty out there concepts when you think about it. That's fair. Like, for what it's worth, I just don't think that they're doing enough with that, like, variety gameplay-wise, if that makes any sense. It also, this is most likely my bias here. I'm a bigger fan of zombies when they lean into like the science fiction side of things rather than like the fantastical. Like the chaos story just didn't do it for me at all. Like that whole thing. And so these last two maps being focused more on that like side of things, it just kind of turned me off. To be fair, that's my own bias though. You know. Locations need to be diverse and maps need to be larger in all directions, like Terminus Islands, but even Terminus made the water feel so lifeless and empty like Warzone. You just gotta throw like Warzone in there at the very end. I don't know. I kind of liked that Terminus's like thing was like the water and the Kraken and all that. I think they could have done like a little bit more with it, maybe. But I do think that like Terminus is like the most out there of the maps from like a gameplay standpoint. I think. I mean, that's my like 70% informed opinion. I think it's missing the time hopping aspect of it now. Oh, that's a good point. Never get the trench warfare style of map without time hopping. Yeah, we're also, I think, limited because the crew is the same on every map, and like they have a direction, they have a directive, they have like a mission. Whereas like in the olden days, even though it was the same crew, sometimes it wasn't the same crew. And when it was the same crew, kind of like the story was them going through a bunch of different portals and going to these different crazy fucking places, you know? I think the water just needs a bigger threat that isn't be faster than a moving gas cloud. I guess that's fair. Zombie sharks would be interesting. All right. Anyway, let's get through the rest of this stuff. We need a new oh my god, a YouTuber crew. Fucking Dr. Disrespect, Nick Merckx. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Who else is I'm not even finishing that. Anyway. This is the skin that you get for completing the Easter egg. I think someone mentioned before it's very similar to Pentagon Thief. Sounds cool. Maybe it's somehow connected. I don't know. That's not for me to figure out right now. Let's see. There's all some other map elements and stuff. New perk, double tap. It's finally back. Looking forward to that. It'll be cool. I'm not going to go through all of the augments here. I read through them earlier. Nothing seems crazy. Besides, there's one here, double or nothing, where weapons have a chance to do double damage, but also have a chance to do 0 damage. I think that's fun. I think that's funny. But other than that, pretty standard stuff. Carver be doing nothing in the story still. Well, maybe, considering that he's, like, the guy here, maybe he'll finally do something. Who knows? Imagine exclusive ace, prestigious key, Jev, and a COD dev. just a random COD dev. Man, I want to see Vaughn come back for it to be a part of the Zombies crew, personally. So, new Gobblegums. The only real, like, interesting one to me is a new whimsical that makes all the zombies Fred. They have high-pitched voices. Love that. Oh, yeah, the death machine is coming in. It looks like it is just a craftable thing. Jason Blundell. Dude, JD 2020, Jason Blundell, Vaughn, and who else? Who am I missing here? Who's the fourth? Dr. Disrespect. Why the fuck not? Throw him in there. Oh, no, Mark Lamia, maybe? That's a lot of Treyarch guys. Is there anyone from, like, anyone else from IW? I feel like we don't really know too many of the IW dudes. From, like, back in the... I guess Mark Rubin. I don't know. Give me an OG's crew, the OG team, Vaughn. Oh, I don't know who Grigsby is. Oh, Lee Ross! Zelensky, damn. Okay, all right. It is a zombies crew, so it has to be all the zombies guys, right? Zelensky, Lee Ross, Blundell. Is there a fourth zombies guy? There has to be a fourth zombies guy. Maybe Alana Sigmund. Throw her in there. It'll be fun. Team Cranked is coming. It's Cranked, but with the whole team. I'm going to be honest, I didn't play Cowabunga Cranked as a team. I assumed that this was how it works. It's just instead of being your own cranked timer, it's a shared cranked timer with everybody. Studio head and OG from COD 4 Days. He's the guy in the 2019 dev video who talks about the satisfaction. Oh, that guy! I love that guy, dude. He is the new studio head, right? That's fucking awesome. I don't know a lot about him at all, but from like that video and a couple others, he seems like a genuine dude. Wait, he also is Griggs? Is he actually? That's crazy if so. Is he new Griggs too? Like he was old and new? That's wild. Okay. Anyway, new LTM time mode arriving later this season, and put a chill on the undead using Frostblast upgrade. Okay, so it doesn't actually say what any of this shit is. Okay. All right. We're getting into about the home stretch here. We got half of this blog left, but most, like probably a quarter of it's just, like, fucking bundles, like usual. Weapons, though. I'm excited about the weapons. It's a bunch of old school, not old school, but it's a bunch of 2019 weapons. We got the Kilo, first and foremost. Lovely gun. I believe you just automatically unlock it. From what we just read before. Yeah, players will automatically unlock the Kilo to use in BO6 and Warzone after logging into Warzone at the launch of Season 3. Real talk, that is how everything should be. You should unlock the base of whatever the fuck they're adding just from, jumping into the game. I think that is how you actually have fun with the fucking season, if you don't have to grind for something first. Anyway. The AMAX is also coming. This one is going to be in the Battle Pass. I don't actually remember the AMAX as much. But I know people loved it. This is the meta for a bit. We had the HDR. Loved the HDR. The Oceanographer. Was that the HDR? Because I remember this fucking thing. Oceanographer. Wait, does it say what weapon this was? Yep, it was an HDR. Okay. I'm hoping the Oceanographer comes back. Because, man, this fucking thing was in... This is what you wanted as, like, your fucking... Every time that you opened a box in OG Verdansk for, like, the first, like, year or two. Not two. Probably the first, like, 4 months. This is all that you wanted. Or at least it's all that I wanted. You wanted your loadout gun, and then you'd pick this bad boy out. So I'm hoping that they have a similar one here. Anyway, though, this is going to be part of the Battle Pass as well. I like the AMAX purely from the visuals. It's a nice looking gun. I mean, all these are. Everyone glazed the Grau, though. Yeah, and here, I think they'll mention the Grau here in a minute. The Cali sticks are also coming back. This one's going to be as part of the Welcome Back to Verdansk event as the final reward. There's also the Ladra, which I think is like the Spectre from BO1. I think I mentioned that a little bit earlier. I think here it has a stock, or it has a foldable stock that's unfolded. I don't know. This might have also been in Cold War, though. I can't fully remember. I wonder if the ATC tower is no longer one-way up, only building. Was there not a zip line or a zip spot on the outside? If not, there probably will be now. Spectre without the grip, but still cool. Without the grip? Oh. Attachments maybe. Who the hell knows? I somehow misread this during my first pass. I thought the Kilo was the HDR somewhere. So when I read fully automatic, I was really confused. Oh, yeah. That's an aftermarket part, actually. It's a fully automatic bolt action. Then what I'm most excited about, though, goddamn nail gun is coming back. Which means that we can finally have our Home Depot loadout. All right, I'm talking nail gun primary, drill melee weapon, and buzzsaw shooter secondary. I believe with Overkill you can do 2 secondaries. I hope so, because if not, oopsie. I cannot wait to have this class. It's always going to be my number 1 class. that I will break out whenever it feels right. My 100% power tools class. Oh, and actually that's it for weapons. We got a couple of attachments coming in. First of which, a monolithic suppressor. As far as I'm aware, it's just a suppressor that doesn't kill your range as bad, which is nice, I guess. There's also the Grau conversion for the SWAT. So they are kind of bringing the Grau back, but it is a conversion kit. We'll see how it actually works. There's also 30-round mag for the C9. Unless I'm missing something, it just sounds like a cool 30. I didn't know that they didn't have 30-round mags, I guess. I don't know. I guess it increases the range. But then what I think is the sleeper. What I think is the sleeper attachment on this list is the Goblin Mark II mini rocket conversion. It sounds like this thing converts the Goblin Mark II into a fully automatic weapon with explosive rocket ammunition. Splash damage capabilities come at the expense of bullet velocity and rate of fire. Equips a new default barrel and magazine, blocks barrel, muzzle, and magazine attachments. It sounds like they are just making like a fucking what the hell am I thinking? A war machine. But I assume it's a rocket. I don't know how the hell this is going to play, but I love it. I haven't used the Goblin so far, at all. I'm still getting all my ARs gold, I'm excited to use the Goblin only in this way, because I'm going to unlock it through some random fucking event, and I'm going to only use the Goblin as a launcher. It's going to be great. I'm excited. Sounds like it was inspired by the IRL Gyrojet. Ooh. That sounds fun. It won't be complete without a $20 Tim Allen skin. Only collab I'd buy. Oh, you know what? It would be time appropriate. Yeah, in the 90s. Tim the Toolman Taylor. Let's see. Okay, so now we're getting to new features and quality of life. This is what I was talking about before. Actually, no. We got one thing first. First, base blueprint swap. I'm going to be real. I read through this, and I don't fully understand still. So I'm going to read this one verbatim. You're now able to customize any Black Ops 6 base weapon or weapon blueprint with a skin you've unlocked or purchased across multiplayer, zombies, and Call of Duty Warzone. For base weapons, you can only change the skin of the base weapon, not any attachments. For blueprints, you can customize the skin with other existing attachments. So if I'm understanding this correctly, you can make your gun look like a certain blueprint or skin that you have without changing the stats. That's great. I love that. Should have been in the game from the get-go. And to be honest, I kind of thought that it was. I'm getting old, apparently. I thought they brought this in MW3. I don't know. Sounds cool, though. I like it. Speaking of things that they brought in MW3 that just wasn't there at launch, we also have the camo hub. Oh, it's a launch window, too. Gross. That one's launch. I hate launch window when it's features and shit like that. So at some point in the next 3 weeks, then we're gonna get this new camo hub. It looks to be just about what we had in MW3. You can open it up. You can see at a glance what camos you have, so that you can quickly, at a glance, see which ones you have gold on, diamond, etc. I like that. I like that a lot. Once again, something that should have been there at launch, but I'm glad that it's at least there now. And I'm hoping that maybe next year they'll have it at launch instead of 5 months later. But overall, glad that it's there. Now we're getting to events. I talked about the Warzone event before. You got to travel around all the different POIs and open safes in order to unlock this shit. There's also going to be a Black Ops tribute event from April 17th to May 1st. And it's just going to be straight up XP. And for that, you will unlock my boy John Black Ops, as well as some other stuff. I think they even say in here, it seems like a lot Oh yeah, 17 rewards. And those include the death machine, the nail gun, the close shave perk, that's the melee perk, and the thermite, which I didn't know we didn't have thermite in this game, but apparently we do now. So it's very stacked in terms of like actual content and not just like stickers or loading screens or whatever, which is I guess good. But that does mean that like a lot of it we aren't actually getting the death machine or the nail gun or any of that shit until at least the 17th. By the way, why? So I've talked about this for years at this point. I'm gonna scroll up quick. We call this shit a roadmap, right? But it's not a fucking roadmap. This is a postcard. On here, there's no dates besides April 2nd. We know that some of this stuff is coming out. But some of this other stuff, in season. Nail gun, it's coming with an event. I want to see just like an actual roadmap that tells you, hey, on this date, this map is coming out. On this date, this game mode is coming out. Because they do have that information on this fucking blog, right? If we go back down to where I just was, we know that April 17th, that is when the event for the death machine, nail gun, close shave, thermite, that's when it all go live. Just give us a fucking cheat sheet that says, hey, on this day, these are all going to be available in the event. Hey, on this day, this is all going to be here. And I understand that like some stuff they're probably like thinking on the fly that they're a little bit more loosey-goosey with, and that's fine. You can give like windows for some of this stuff. But for the shit that we have the actual dates for, it'd be really nice to have like an actual roadmap one of these times. You know what I mean? Hey, what's going on? Gordorokos, 39 months. Holy hell, thank you so much. Here, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty well. I hope you are as well. Let's see. I'd rather wait a couple, wait. Oh, yeah, I'd rather wait a couple days for a camo tracker than have it launch super buggy, forcing everyone to wait a few days for it to be usable. Anyway, that's for sure. That's fair. Thermite is Warzone only? Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, because I thought, hold on, I have the game open over here. I thought we had like a Thermite-esque lethal already, didn't we? What am I thinking of? Thermo grenade, probably. Yeah, interesting. Let's see. And then we just get straight into the battle pass. Wait, no, hold on. XP. More in the mid-season. Look for more events and rewards through Season 3, including the Blaze of Glory event and Call of Duty Endowment Got Your 6 event. Okay. Expect more coverage in the Season 3 Reload announcement. Okay. So one thing I'm glad about, at least, is that they're not, like... I mean, I guess they are talking about it, but like they're just like announcing like, hey, there's going to be new events. We'll talk about it more later. Instead of what they have been doing for a while, which is like, we're announcing the entire season's worth of shit now, and just like some of it won't be coming for a while. I'm glad that like they're at least up front with like, hey, there's some events. Still wish they would kind of do that with like maps and shit, but like I get why they wouldn't do that. Anyway, onto the battle pass. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. Hudson's the big new guy here, as well as Mace. Looks like a ton of really cool skins, though. They talk about Black Cell a bit. Oh, Rose also is part of the Black Cell, which is interesting. Stackable XP boost. Okay. There's Rose again. There's Hudson. Mace. All these people I talked about. Oh, yeah, John Black Ops. Love him. Jay and Silent Bob. We talked about them before. And no one knew who the hell they were, making me feel very old. Although they were kind of before my time too, to be fair. Not quite as far back as fucking Cheech and Chong though. But yeah, they're stoner dudes. I think they fit the 90s vibe pretty well. So it works. A couple of skins and shit. We got some furries. Furry skins. I was just talking about those before. We need some. And that's about it. And then they just detail that on the 2nd, the update goes live for BO6, but Warzone gets shut down. And then the following day, they flip the switch back on, and then Warzone's back with Verdansk and all these quality of life improvements. And that the full game will be free for everyone on the 2nd. So anyone on Warzone, if they can't play Warzone that day, they can come over to multiplayer and play a little bit. So that's at least nice. Still a word on the option to toggle authentic skins only. No cosmetic filter, unfortunately. I really like how the maps are all set in different decades, referencing other games. Really creative way to add story-relevant maps across the globe. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, we talk about it a lot, the maps being like all in Avalon or something, but here we only have the one in Avalon, as far as I'm aware, right? We got Vietnam, we got Afghanistan, we got the one in Avalon. I don't actually know where this one is. KGB Safe House. I believe that's in Russia then. I think if I remember from the trailer, they even say Russia. And then this one's in the middle of the sea, right? Yeah, taking operators back to 1968. Love it. 91 is that one. This one actually doesn't say, but I assume it's just in 91. This one's in 90 or 86. Oh, you know what? When Woods fought there in 1986. Oh, whoever said earlier about Old Wounds, that this being the same place as Old Wounds, you actually might be onto something. I didn't read this before. I believe 86 was when Woods was there. Let's see. I'm so happy Zombies content comes at launch of a season now. It's always so underwhelming that it was a mid-season. Yeah, it's nice. I like when games have just like a boatload of content at once instead of having to drip feed it. I like having like a day where it's like, all right, I'm going to spend like 5 or 6 hours on this game tonight trying all the new content. Like that Christmas morning brand new game kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Which, to be fair, we don't really get still because a lot of it's drip fed. But at least Zombies comes out at the same time as like the Warzone map and the multiplayer maps, you know. Only one melee weapon is disappointing. Up until now, we've had 3 per season average. Now we get 1. Unless there's more surprise like the TMNT ones. I mean, maybe because the TMNT ones were surprise. But to be honest, I'm cool with no more melee weapons. I like the idea of them. But like I'm not like over here like I gotta have a new one. I gotta have some kind of mace or whatever. It's not something that like I'm super into, you know. Yeah, so that's about it for the season. We'll see how it goes. It all goes live on the 2nd of next month. So next week, basically. Next Wednesday, it goes live. We'll be streaming it. We'll be talking about it. There'll be a brand new Active Tour in it. How are we feeling? How are we feeling about the lineup here? I think it's a pretty solid lineup. I would give it like a B+. I think if there were a couple new game modes, it might make it a little bit better for me, but I love the weapons. What did I just hit? I love the weapons. The maps are good. I kind of wish that there were firing range was better. I love the new quality of life updates. Obviously, Verdansk and Warzone is a huge plus. There's a new Zombies map. I think it's a really, really solid season. As someone who loves Warzone, the season is already looking to be an 8.5 out of 10. Good amount of maps and weapons. Hell yeah. Especially with the close shave perk, I'll actually use them. Oh, you know, that's a good point. I am looking forward to that close shave perk, too. I think that one's fun. I like perks that kind of change things up in a way, a little bit outside the box, you know? Kind of changes how you melee in the game. It kind of changes how you play in general. I mean, unless you want another BO3 with 21 entire melees, I think 1 is enough for now. To be fair, though, in this game, they at least have a melee weapon slot. So, like, it's not as egregious, in my opinion. Speaking of, I think Close Shave, Slipstream, and Fly Swatter should have all been built-in perks by default. Hopefully it's in BO7 or MW4. Yeah, man. Slipstream is like all that I've been using. I love Slipstream. I haven't used Fly Swatter yet. I finally unlocked it like a day or two ago. I just fucking gritted my teeth and grinded through that fucking 4-leaf clover event to get it. I haven't actually put on a class yet, but I'm excited to. So I'm finally now on 10th Prestige. I shouldn't even say that. I finally made it to 10th Prestige. I'm still Prestige 955. I'm debating if I should Prestige this weekend and just run through, at least like 40 levels during double XP this weekend so that like I'm prepped and ready for Verdansk and for Season 3, or if I should just like leave it and stay at 55 for next season. And then like Prestige at some point in the mid-season. I don't know yet. What does Fly Swatter do? Fly Swatter replaces your melee weapon with a launcher, which I like. On paper. We'll see how it actually goes. But I like it because it makes it almost like a battlefield like engineer. You can just hit a button to bring out a launcher. You don't have to sacrifice your secondary or anything. Just need more unique modes. Give me back the race mode to push 2 trucks to the finish line. Love that, man. I love. Give me escort. Give me CTF. Give me uplink. I want new objective modes. Really? Like I obviously those are all returning modes. I can't just like pitch right now a brand new mode. But I'm really getting tired of like hardpoint, kill confirmed, domination. Those are all great modes in a vacuum. We've been playing them for like 12 fucking years. I want some new shit in there. I want some returning shit in there. I'm glad that demolition is coming back because that's a big one. But like last year, we had escort, we had CTF, we had demo. I'm probably missing 2 or 3 other ones. I would love to see some like fresh objectives and stuff in there. Be an actual grenade launcher in the game that is an underbarrel or war machine. Oh, yeah, like a China Lake or a Thumper. I like that. Phone's almost dead, so I'm done chatting. I'll keep watching. Alrighty. Well, I think we're about to wrap up here, actually, in a minute. I got to go eat some food. I'm hungry. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. I think it's going to be great. As a reminder, we'll be streaming it on Wednesday when it drops. We'll probably also stream the next day when Verdansk drops. We'll see. I might have some guests for that stream. That might be fun. In the meantime, though, there will be a brand new video coming out tomorrow on the channel. I have to export it. I have a Post-it note on my door reminding me to fucking export before I leave this room in a few minutes. So that'll be up tomorrow. I'm trying to get back into the cadence of uploading like every like Friday, Saturday, like once a weekish here. We got this the video tomorrow for this week. And the next week's video will probably just be a tour of the new maps here. And then after that, we'll have a brand new, bigger green screen video essay type thing. Similar to like the Bad Maps video. So I hope you guys enjoy those. Yeah. They finally brought back Infected, so now I can enjoy the game again. Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, this new party mode menu will include all of those party modes, like Infected, Prop Hunt, Gun Game. So hopefully those won't be getting removed anymore, which is nice. We'll see what the hell that actually turns into, though. And because there's like no telling if it's really coming at launch or if it's going to be like 6 weeks from now in season, because it doesn't actually say it on the blog, just like a tweet. We'll have to see, but I'm hoping. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Generally, though, if you're here, you've already subscribed. You've already liked. I appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoy the video tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy Call of Duty. And if you don't enjoy Call of Duty, I hope that you play something else you enjoy, or consume something else you enjoy, or do something else you enjoy, because it's not all about consumption at the end of the day. Take care of yourselves. Thank you, Gororokos. I will have a good meal. I hope everyone else does too. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the video and Wednesday for a brand new stream. That's all. Bye.